Today's real estate market is still hot, and today's guest has some great information on creative mortgage lending. Joining us in studio is Brandy Titus with Southern Michigan Bank and Trust.
Good morning, Amy. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
So to start the conversation, I'd like to introduce the bank to the community. So Southern Michigan Bank was founded in 1851. We have 6 counties that we cover, all the way from the west side of the state to the east side. The most furthest east branches that we have are in the Jackson community. We were just founded here 2 years ago. Although our brand may be new to the community, some of our bankers are not. We have several longtime community bankers that joined our staff. President and CEO John Waldron, Bobby Warzak, who was recently named market president for Jackson, and a new addition, Craig Talbert, who's also been in the mortgage industry for 28 years. And both Bill and Mike Jors as commercial lenders. So a lot of strong names that we brought into the community.
Absolutely. Yeah, those are definitely names I think some of our realtors will recognize for sure. Yep, you were sharing with me a little bit earlier that at Southern Michigan, you really like to be an advisor for your client through the mortgage process. Yeah,
so our industry is very demanding. A lot of us build our client base around referral sources. I always tell my staff the greatest compliment you can get is a referral, but also be a resource, not a salesperson. So as part of community banking, it is a niche. We have a lot of different products that maybe that customer doesn't quite fit inside the standard conventional Freddie Mac box. So we offer a large array of portfolio products with something that came in very hot in our market, our bridge loans. A lot of people are in between those stages of, do we move now? Do we wait? Do we write a sale contingency? So we've been able to advise several people, along with the assistance of their financial advisors, what would a bridge loan do for them?
Right. Well, tell us a little bit about a bridge loan. I'm sure a lot of viewers haven't heard of it. It is something that's probably underutilized, and in this market, it's a great option.
Correct. So I read this morning that our industry is 4.5 million units short of available housing for qualified buyers or people looking to make the next move. With a bridge loan, what we often offer is if they have a current home that has a significant amount of equity in it, maybe it's owned free and clear, or they have a small mortgage balance on it compared to the highly appreciated value that our real estate markets have seen over the last 5 years. So we will either take that first mortgage and pay it off and give them one big balance. So it's in essence like a way to do 100% financing on the new home, utilizing that equity as leverage for their down payment and closing cost. So some of the people that I've been able to help, for example, I had somebody who wanted to leave the Hillsdale community and go into Washtenaw County, a very competitive market, found an absolutely beautiful home, fell in love with it, but he said, Brandy, I can't write my offer subject to the sale of my home or I'll lose the opportunity. He said, no worries, we'll offer you a bridge loan. In the end, within 90 days, he was mortgage free again by being able to utilize that bridge loan. So what we do is we take both loans as collateral, and then when that other home sells, we would get a request from the title company for a partial release so we can have those proceeds come to the bank. And then we would help that customer facilitate what does their end mortgage want to look like? Do they need a mortgage in the end? And then do we refinance the balance into a 30-year fixed mortgage at the end? So there's several different scenarios that a bridge loan can benefit clients, especially right now given the market demand.
Right, absolutely. The first client that you just described there, that's exactly what a lot of people are experiencing. So how great to be able to comfortably look for your next home, write an offer confidently, and then sell after.
Correct. I have another client who's retired, has a significant amount in assets. She had found a house that had went on the market within 2 days that had multiple offers. So we had worked with her Edward Jones advisor. She actually wrote a cash offer. In the meantime, listed her home for sale. And I said, if you don't get an offer within this certain time frame, call me, we'll do a bridge loan for you, put your money back into your investment account. That way she's not taxed on that significant amount she withdrew. So it's a perfect product to help leverage your finances Also that equity of how can we utilize that to get them into the next stage.
Right. Well, gosh, Brandy, you really are an advisor. That was a lot just for that one client.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you were also telling me about a family with the school situation that I think that could apply to a lot of folks too.
This week we pre-qualified a client, currently lives in Lenawee County. The son is going to go to college in Ohio. They want to be close to him, but they want to stay until graduation season's over with. They want to be able to move, 15 years of accumulation, but at their pace. They don't want the stress of trying to balance two homes at the same time. Bridge loan was a perfect opportunity for them. They owe a small balance on their first. They probably have $240,000 worth of equity to pledge. In the end, they're going to end up with a very small mortgage. So a lot of people think in this raising right environment that, well, my payment's going to be so much higher. But what they're not considering is how much equity they've built in their current homes over the last 5 years. So yeah, that purchase price may be bigger, but with your equity position and how much you're going to end up borrowing, they find that their payments really aren't much different than what they are now at the lower rates.
Right, that's amazing. And I'm sure a lot of people just don't think of those creative ways that they can use that equity to
And
their
it really
advantage.
is just, and I think that's the biggest part of community banking is getting to know the client and what is their situation. When a client comes in to sit with me, the first thing I will say is, tell me a little bit about what you're looking to do. Do you have a price range in mind? Do you have a payment that's comfortable for you and your family? Do you own a home now? Just give me kind of the nuts and bolts, and then we just peel back those layers to really find what works best for the client.
Nice. Well, this is great information for our viewers, and of course you work with other folks looking for a mortgage loan, not just the bridge loans. But if someone is interested in reaching out, how can they get in touch?
I would tell you that, a lot of people think bigger mortgage companies, they don't have to even go into a bank. And so they think, oh, community banking, I have to sit down and talk with an advisor. That is not the case. We have a great online application. So I would direct users to our mortgage website, which is just smb-t.com. It lists all of our financial mortgage lenders that cover all 6 of our counties. It will give you a biography of who's on there, what they've done. Me, for myself, for example, I actually started in this business as a real estate agent. So when the market took a downturn in '08, my husband, who was a builder and a farmer, we didn't want all of our eggs in the self-employed basket. So that's when I got into banking. So I started very young. I got a real estate license at the age of 20. And then 20 years later, I've worked my way into senior management in the mortgage industry. So it's been a great way to be able to facilitate and work through buyers through that whole 360. I've seen it and lived the life cycle of the mortgage.
Yeah.
So that makes us very accommodating to our buyers and our clients. It's just a wonderful way to be able to help people and be advisors to them.
Yeah, well, you are a wealth of resources and great information. Knowing that real estate background, that really pairs well with mortgage lending.
It does, yeah. And so many people, I always tell them, where else can you call someone on their cell phone on a Saturday and they answer? And that's what a lot of realtors love, is they can call or text and we'll say, hey, yep, send me the property, I'll take a look at it. If it's a client I'm already working with, we'll say, sure, not a problem, go ahead and write the offer. But I was there, I lived and breathed the industry, and so I know how demanding it is. And I know what it's like to be on a Saturday afternoon and not be able to get through to somebody.
Yeah, absolutely, especially in this market. Well, this is great information for our viewers. Thank you so much for sharing.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having us.
Yes. If you're looking for some creative mortgage lending, give Southern Michigan Bank and Trust a call.